YouTube friends, my name is Constant and this is Cruelty Free Musings. Today we have a very special video. It is inspired by a similar one done by Paige of Thrifty Beauty. Her link will be right up. I think it's there in the cards. I think it's on the right side. Unsure. I will add a snarky annotation if it's actually on the other side. And it is on this side. It's definitely on this side. Oh well. Anyway, I will include a link to Paige's video. She did a video called How Much Is My Makeup Worth? Or My Makeup Is Worth How Much? Something like that. And the point of that was that she decided that it would be interesting to look at the retail value of every single thing in her collection. Alright, so I am doing the same thing because she asked. She was like, I think it would be interesting to see more people do things like this. Alright, so first off, a few disclaimers. 3, in fact. First off, this is based on a snapshot of my makeup collection. Since I wrote these numbers and calculated everything down, they have changed. It's a little bit up and a little bit down. So, you know, this is like, my makeup collection was this for, you know, a period of time. My collection has changed since I wrote down everything on this list. One thing that has changed is I got a new palette, which I am wearing on my eyes. Very, very pretty. I like it. Surprise! That's green. My nails match. Look, my nails match my eyes. Second disclaimer. This calculation, this monetary value is based on retail value. I didn't pay retail value for all of this stuff. A lot of this stuff I bought on sale, or it was given to me. Some of it I did in fact buy at full price, but not all of it by any means. So this is based on the retail value. This is not actually the money that I have spent. Third disclaimer. I spend a lot of money on makeup. I do it because I really enjoy putting pretty things on my face. So, with all of those disclaimers out of the way, let us jump in. So, one of the things that Paige did in her video is that she had a break from work and she decided to write down everything that she remembered out of her makeup collection on 3 sheets of paper, which kudos to her. I did not quite do that, although I did cover this entire page with a list and with calculations. So one of the things that she challenged anyone who did this video in the future to do is to do the same thing, to write down your entire makeup collection as you remember it, and then see what you miss. She missed some single eyeshadows and all of her lip products. I missed 6 individual items. You know, one of them's brand new. A lot of them are small and not with other similar things. So, you know, and then I estimated 2 categories because, like, okay, so for single shadows, they all fit in one magnetic palette. All of my single shadows fit into one magnetic palette. So it just counts in my head as a palette. And then I was like trying to count it because I bought them individually. I paid for them individually. It's just, what do they actually cost? No one knows. I do know, actually. So I was like, I think it's like 8 shadows by 6 shadows. So I'm going to get, and the palette is almost full, so I'm going to guess 48. I should have guessed, based on that logic, 45. But, it is in fact 6 by 4, and I have 21 single shadows, so I overestimated that category. And then I was like, okay, lipstick is my vice, it's my weakness. I have more lip products, pencils, glosses, liquid lipstick, and bullet lipsticks than any other category. So I'm not going to try to list them all out by hand. I'll just estimate. I think it's probably about, let me look. I think it's about 45. And then I counted and it is actually 35. So both categories that I estimated, because I don't keep track of them super closely, I overestimated rather than underestimating, which is kind of cool. Alright, so to actual numbers, as I mentioned before, I calculated based on retail value. Because of this, I didn't include, I have several like mini lips sets, a couple of those at least, and some deluxe size samples, and I was like, I'm going to count them in the actual count of things that I own, but I'm not going to calculate retail value because limited edition sets of minis are difficult to find after they've gone out of stock. And two, most of them, I either didn't buy them myself or I bought them on sale because I was like, hey, I want to try this formula or whatever, but I didn't necessarily want to buy it during Christmas time. I wanted to buy it, during the spring VIB sale, and coincidence, it stuck around that long, a holiday set, so it's on massive sale. 15% off of $15. So, yeah, I didn't calculate, and in the meantime I have no idea what the original price of this set was. I just know I paid $15 minus 15%. So, like, I have no way of retrieving the original list price of that because, one, I didn't pay it, and two, it's a limited edition, so it's probably out of stock now. So I didn't include most of the minis that I have in my collection for that reason. Deluxe samples, technically there's probably a retail value for them, but it's difficult to find what that retail value is, so I didn't include that in my totals. Alright, so getting down to the numbers, I had, whoa, that was exciting. Welcome back, notebook. So the total minus the lip category was $730. And wait for it, I know I told you lipsticks, lip products are my vice. Yes, the total is $990. So, yeah, I mean that was a fun little exercise. The things that I learned as a result of this is that I own a lot of colored paint that I like putting on my face. I learned that I don't feel bad about the amount of money that I spent on things that I wash off every day, I learned that I actually remember to the point of being able to visualize and list in order everything in the makeup collection area of the bathroom. So that was pretty cool, right? I credit this to being a YouTuber because I list my makeup in the description box. I can list off the main things that I use a lot, the full name, the shade, everything. So, because of that, I have a lot of practice at writing down the full name of all of the things that I use a lot, and I don't have a ton of things in any given category. So apart from lipsticks and individual eyeshadows, which as I mentioned, I count my eyeshadows by palette. I had, at the time of this, 4 eyeshadow palettes, 2 quads, and 1 duo. Now I have 5 eyeshadow palettes. I have 1 primer that I don't use very frequently. I just put foundation or whatever I'm using over my sunscreen. I have 1 foundation. I have 3 foundation. I have 3 concealers. I have an eye primer. I have 4 highlights. So the categories of things that I own are lots of lips. Then I have 8 palettes. Then I have 8 eyeliners. And then I have 7 single shadows that don't fit into a shadow collection of some kind. And then after that, the next category is probably highlighters. I have 4 of those. And then after that, I pretty much just have 1 of every category. I have 1 bronzer. I have 0 blushes, technically. I have a highlighter that I use as a blush. And I have a blush sample. But technically 0 blushes. I have, technically 2 mascaras, but I should throw out 1 of the mascaras. Should. It's been open a minute. And by that I mean more than 3 months. I have 1 setting spray. I have 1 powder. I have 1 brow thing. So yeah, apart from my vices, my major collection points, which are lips and eyeshadow, I basically have 1 of any given thing. So that was a cool thing to learn about myself. Let me know in the comments if you have a makeup collection, or if you have a collection of anything else. Can you name everything in it off the top of your head? That would be a cool feat. I know my makeup collection pretty well, and I still couldn't name it all off the top of my head. And how much would it retail for? This is an interesting little thought experiment, isn't it? Go through a collection of anything. 100% I could not do this with my fiber. Hey, this is alpaca from Whirlwind Ranch. It's a bag of fluff. Do I have every intention of making it into yarn? Yes. Could I name all of the things that I have that I intend to make into yarn? No. No, I could not. So, my makeup collection is kind of special in that way, and I really appreciated this exercise as a way of bringing that out. I hope you enjoyed, or learned something, or both. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you feel like, and goodbye for now.